Well guys, day one of this flip on the 280 SE. You might be able to hear it in the background there, just turning over. I just needed to get it warmed up. But I'm up at the house. We're gonna do a quick wash off. There's been a few leaves coming down. It's been actually sitting outside. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a wash off, get things polished up, do a little bit of cleaning in the car, go through it today, and hopefully rectify any issues that the car might have that I can easily fix. Bit of a fall day today, so the leaves and things are falling onto the car, so I'll try and be quick with a bit of a wash down. Alright, so car fully washed. Gonna give it a little bit of a rinse off, dry off, and then we'll roll it inside, I think. Start doing a little bit of polishing of this old paintwork. So let's get on to that. So before I take the car inside, I'm going to give it a quick vacuum out here. There's actually quite a lot of pine needles in a lot of the channels and water runoff and duct areas where that needs to be cleaned up. So I'm going to take a shot back and do that. Inside. So we're going to give it a bit of a polish now. I'll get the camera, show you what it looks like up close, but the paint is atrocious. It's not in great shape. Neither is the interior, but there's not much I can really do about that. But anyway, it's inside. I did do a little vacuum outside, obviously, and we'll blast off the last of these little pine needles and get it done. But here, let me show you guys what we're dealing with. So inside under the light here, you'll start to see some pine needles on the car, but a lot of paint imperfection. And by no means am I ever going to get this into a condition that is a concours kind of paint job, but I can definitely get out a lot of the you know, swirl marks, fading, with a bit of a polish. And if you look up here, again, you can sort of see, sort of go through. You can see there's some little bubbles forming in the old paint, and it's just lackluster. So we're gonna go through and do a little bit of a polish. The hood is actually the worst part of the car, so you can see here, just atrocious. But like I said, I picked this car up cheaply. I'm not spending a ton of time and effort on it. If somebody does want to do a full restoration on the car, which I would highly recommend because these are getting quite collectible, they can go for it. But otherwise, I think we'll get to doing a little bit of polishing. So I'm not a car detailer kind of a guy. I'm usually too busy. However, I'm going to go over this car, at least the main surfaces that really need the polishing, so probably above the chrome line and up. I just found this in the garage here. Found it. It's my parents' garage, obviously, that I'm in, but this is a polishing wheel, and it is actually a huge one. It is for a boat, but it seems to do the trick. I'm going to obviously put some polishing compound on here, go over the car. There's really not much damage I can do to the paint that's not already been done. So I'm not going to be too careful for our first pass over, and then I'll go to slightly finer type of polishing compound, and then a wax. Okay, so I put a little bit, actually quite a bit, I should probably put a bit too much onto the pad of rubbing compound. We're going to give it a go. We're going to start just on the trunk of the car. We'll see where we get to. So I thought I'd bring you in for a little bit of a closer look at the paint. So it is, that is just a film on it that you're seeing, but the rubbing compound's doing its thing. So it's going to obviously take away a fine layer of paint to some degree, i.e. why there's blue on the old pad there. So it will polish away a little bit every swirl it does. I'm going to do a little line on the back of the car here, so you can see, hopefully, a little bit of a difference between the paint that's been done and the paint that hasn't. So I just wiped away a little patch of the wax there, so I have actually wiped it away with a micro cloth there. This side I haven't done, but I have, so it'll give you an idea now. You can sort of see the line there where I decided to stop, and then actually see where it's been polished off. If you even look at the light there, and then, yeah. So it does work. It's coming up nicely. It's actually going to be a lot darker, the paint, which is nice. So it'll be a much darker hue. Obviously the fading and the crazing makes it look quite light because of the whiteness in it. So there we go. So we'll continue doing this until the entire car is done. Alright guys, so I am done for today because I'm quite exhausted from holding that polisher, the buffer. But we have done, I've done the interior with vacuuming, cleaning. We'll do a little bit of a seat clean next time, as well as some of the chrome we'll polish up. But the paint is now looking pretty good. So let me show you a little bit of what it looks like up close. Again, it's not perfect, but it's a whole lot more reflective and true to the color. You can see. It's not perfect. And like I said, I don't intend to keep the car too long, but there we go. Well guys, hopefully you liked the video there. It was a bit of a boring one, a bit of a boring day to be honest. I don't like detailing cars, but the majority of it's done, the really tough stuff's done. And next time we shall be doing some polishing of chrome and maybe a little bit of a cleanup of the interior. And then I think we'll fix any little mechanical issues this car might have. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.